Hello, Virgo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for February 2023, looking at your recent past, current energy, and immediate future. Any information on the extended reading for this reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Virgo. In your recent past, you have a reveal what needs to be seen with the Star card. Something came to light in your recent past, and it was something that triggered some healing that was needed. So to you, that could have just kind of been triggering a lot of emotion. Remember, you have to feel to heal. So something in your recent past was kind of tough, I feel like. Now, I do feel like it was for the better. But we'll see. In your current energy, you have released your blocks with the Page of Cups. I thought that was in reverse, but then I just picked it up. It's definitely upright, which changes the message. So I guess the way that I would see that is this is a time of really listening to yourself. Don't listen to anything outside of you, because I feel like anything outside of you it might lead you the wrong way. Don't let your fear get validated by your external environment. Really listen to yourself right now. And understand that the release, whatever it is that's been revealed and whatever healing has taken place, the release is getting you to, there's blocks that need to be uncovered. Remember, 95% of our movements, choices, actions, decisions comes from our subconscious. Only 5% of our interaction with this and with our environment is from our conscious mind. And so if we don't take the time to retrain our brain, retrain the way we think, retrain your belief system, you will essentially continue to manifest what you've experienced, as opposed to manifest where you want to go. So the blocks are those limiting beliefs that need to get released from within us, so that they can be replaced with better ones. Because here's the thing, the overall energy for this reading is the Rose Phoenix with do the work. And so the way that I read this is, it's almost like this rebirth, I guess, that you're looking for, or that you're wanting, or ultimately that's available for you. It's going to take work, and it's going to take a lot of inner work. And that inner work is really being, it's very prominent right now in your world. So make sure that you're not focusing too much on your environment, on your circumstances. Make sure you're focusing on you, on within, what you feel, what you believe. And if you're feeling very confused about that, meditate, journal. Make sure that you're getting a clearer mind to be able to work through whatever it is that you're working through. Because in your immediate future, you are loved with the Four of Pentacles. And so this to me is like the foundation for what you're trying to create, what you're trying to attract, create, have, do, whatever the case is for you. It's going to stem from certain level of self-love that is currently lacking in your current circumstances, or in your current mindset. Yeah, okay, let's jump in. I like this. I like those messages. I'm interested to see how they all tie together. So let's see. All right, Virgo, let's start by looking at your recent past. This is recent past for Virgo, clarifying the reveal what needs to be seen with the Star card. Recent past for Virgo. So something that needed to be healed was brought to light. And that's never a super fun experience. So bear with me, bear with the universe, because I really think this is all going to, some cycle. Whoa. You have the World and the Empress. Whatever you're going through right now, what you've been dealing with since your recent past, is trying to get you into this energy, turn you into this Empress, whether you're male or female. Because this Empress card is someone who, yes, can take care of others and can help others, but ultimately knows how to put themselves first. Remember, you can only take care of someone else to the extent you take care of yourself. You can only love someone else to the extent you love yourself. You can only trust someone else to the extent you trust yourself, so on and so forth. So that's why this is so much about inner work, is I feel like something about your environment, your external circumstances was revealed in your recent past, but it's what needs to be healed is something within you. Let's get more. So this is a cycle. This is a big cycle that's coming to a close here. And remember, the closer you get to the end of a cycle, the harder that cycle gets. The more intense it feels, the more overwhelming, it'll seem. It says recent past for Virgo. So hold on here, because I really feel like, because you have that Rose Phoenix, and the Rose Phoenix, the reason I like that card so much is it's a rose blooms and a phoenix rises from the ashes. So it's kind of like both, a beautiful and a powerful rebirth. It comes from kind of both aspects here. Okay, 5 of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom with a 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay. You have been dealing, Virgo, with a lot of loss, some lack, just frustration and feeling like you have not been able to create the life that you want. I feel you, okay? I get that. But what is being triggered, and what was triggered in your recent past, what was coming to light, was an aspect of your mindset that's kept you trapped in repeating the same cycles. Because with the Strength card in reverse, this is a lack of, it's not just a lack of confidence in yourself, it's a lack of faith in the universe. It's a lack of confidence in the universe. And so there's a level here of whatever was needing to be seen, whatever was revealed that needed to be seen, was giving you insight into a certain aspect of your mindset, that 95% that has been continuously manifesting into your environment. And so don't get down on yourself. Don't feel like you've lost anything. What is meant for you will never pass you, and what has gone will always be replaced with something better. And I feel like that's really what's needing to be brought to light here, because I feel like there's a level of you that feels like what is gone, and you're never going to be able to get back. You're never going to feel that way again. You're never going to experience that level of happiness or security or stability or whatever the case is. That mentality of thinking that your happiness exists in your past or in what is left is keeping you trapped in that belief, which is you're continuing to experience your environment through that lens. So that's why you have to do the work. There's some work that needs to be done, some serious inner work here. Because with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, this is letting go of what's gone, letting go of loss, letting go of the idea that you've lost anything at all. I already looked at that strong card. All right, recent past for Virgo. It says recent past for Virgo, please. The 2 of Cups in reverse. Some sort of separation from something you loved. It could be a job, a person, friendship, some sort of separation. Understand that the healing from those losses is going to take time. It is. But during that time that it takes, you have the potential. Now it's up to you. You have the potential to learn a lot. And the whatever you learn or possibly have learned since this loss is setting you up for this rebirth. So just because you've experienced this loss, this separation, this painful experience, it doesn't mean that A, it's going to be like this forever, or B, you're never going to be as happy as you once were. Because actually, what I feel like, what we lose, what doesn't serve us to gain what does. So if you've lost something, then what that means is in healing from that thing, you will be able to gain the mindset to attract what is meant for you. Current energy for Virgo, clarifying, release your blocks. Because there's blocks here. There's limiting beliefs you have that are keeping you from being able to attract and have and maintain whatever it is you're ultimately wanting. Now remember, the universe will give you anything that you ask for. Whatever you want, it'll give it to you. But it's first going to turn you into someone that can attract and sustain whatever it is that you're wanting. The universe doesn't want us to just manifest your abundance away whenever we have it. So there's a level of you needing to face some of face this loss to release the fear of it too. Current energy for Virgo, clarifying, release your blocks with the Page of Cups. This is current energy for Virgo. What is meant for you has not passed you, Virgo, I promise. Current energy for Virgo, clarifying relationship blocks. Yeah, you guys are feeling all kinds of confused right now. And that's why I feel like I'm getting at the whole don't listen to your external environment. Your external environment, and even might mean like friends and family members. Like, don't listen to the people around you. If you're seeing a therapist, maybe listen to them. But there's this level of like needing to not. There's a need to listen to yourself right now. And that might seem hard because you are like, well, I'm super confused. So how can I listen to yourself? Well, there's a need to get a clear head, right? You're feeling confused and emotionally overwhelmed because you're releasing a lot of blocks, and releases are emotional. It's those emotions that are stored in your body from past experiences. Those have to come up eventually, and they will come up. They will manifest into our environment, so that we can heal them and release them. And that's what's happening right now. So don't think that this means that what you've lost will never be returned, or that what you want you can never have, because that's just absolutely not the case. You might believe that, which is part of the problem. But that's what's needing to be addressed here, is a level of healing whatever it is that was brought to light. In the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, she talks about the law of attraction. And she talks about, I don't think it was necessarily her, but one of the authors, speakers in it, talks about how, it's weird, I haven't yawned all day, talks about how one of the hardest aspects of manifesting and attracting the life that we want is coming to terms with the realization that we have attracted our current circumstances based on our past levels or past thoughts, actions, and beliefs. Now, your past actions, thoughts, and beliefs, that 95% of you that reacted to your environment and possibly sabotaged whatever it was you wanted, again, it always takes two. So if you're dealing with another person, I'm focusing on your side of things, your side of the story. The hardest thing is taking responsibility for that. But once we can, and we can say, I have attracted, certain circumstances into my life. My life looks the way it does because of, my past belief system. You can then say, well, that's really good, because that means that I am now in control of my future. Now, if you've dealt with traumatic experiences or just like really, really deeply, awful loss, like, please understand that this is not me saying that you need to just get over that and accept that it was your fault or whatever the case is. I'm not saying it was your fault. It's not your fault that your belief system is because if you don't take the conscious steps to be the creator of your own belief system, therefore the creator of your reality, because it's as above so below, as within so without, then your inner belief system will just be a product of your experiences, and your experiences since you were a kid, and like your experiences when you didn't know better, those aren't your fault. The way that you've internalized what has happened to you in your world, that's not your fault. It is, however, your responsibility to get a hold of the negative belief systems that have trapped you in certain manifestation, certain cycles. And so there's a level here of needing to look, because again, you have to do the work. So there's a lot of inner work that's needed, and a lot of that is going to be healing from past loss, so you can see what is possible for you in your future. Current energy here. Current energy for Virgo. So you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed right now, and honestly, that's okay. That's just kind of where you need to be, And it's not easy to say that, but like when you're dealing with intense emotions, the worst thing you can try to do is fix it. Run from it, try to numb it, or try to fix it. The best thing you can do is sit with it. Sit with it and feel it. No, it's not fun, and that's probably not what you want to hear from me. But the thing is I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. It's the intention behind my messages, right? Okay, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse with the Four of Cups. So here's the thing. The universe wants you to have what you want, but it might not look exactly like you think it should. Meaning, if you're looking for love or financial abundance or whatever the case might be, it might not come in the form you think it will. And that doesn't mean it's not going to come. It doesn't mean it's not possible. It just might not look the way you think it will. Now, the thing is, we limit our expectations based on our experiences. If we've only experienced a certain level of financial abundance, well, then we're gonna expect that. We're gonna want that specific expectation of financial abundance. If we've only experienced a certain level of love in a relationship and we've lost that, well, then we're gonna want to have that back. But the thing is that limits us based on what we've experienced, when in reality, what is possible for us goes well beyond what we've experienced in this world. And so what I'm getting at, like, you can literally see it with the Four of Cups, is the universe is like, here's your cup, here, have this cup, and you're like, no, I want these cups, these are the cups I want. The universe is like, no, you don't, I promise, look at this cup, this is the cup you want. And you're saying, no, I want these cups, because these cups are what you've experienced, these cups are what you think you want. The universe is trying to give you what you actually want, and it's really difficult for you to see past what you think you want in order to manifest that. Now with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, this is dealing with a lot of feeling very unbalanced. It might feel like you don't have the financial abundance you want, or the love that you want, or the relationship, whatever the case is for you. Understand that in order to create that, you've got to do the work. You've got to go within. You've got to figure out what part of that 95% is continuing to manifest into your reality, because that is the only way you're going to be able to change your circumstances. You don't change how you feel about your life by changing your life. You change how you feel about your life by changing how you feel within. It's as within, so without. I can't say that enough times on this channel. It's not about, and that's why, like, when I do my readings, I'm trying to read below the circumstances. I don't want to read what's going on in your life, because at the end of the day, that doesn't even really matter. What matters is your response to it, because your reality is a product of your response to your circumstances. And if you respond with negativity, if you respond with frustration or judgment or lack or whatever the case might be, you will create more of that into your immediate future. Now, that doesn't mean you can't, you're a human being. You're going to feel those emotions. You're going to feel judgment. You're going to feel frustration. You're going to feel those things. But it's about how you process through it without acting on it that matters the most. It has nothing to do with trying to fix it or over intellectualize it by trying to figure out how can I make sure this never happens again? Your life is never going to be perfect. You're always going to experience loss and sadness and frustration. Always, always. You will never get to a point in your life where you're like, wow, my life is perfect and everything always works out for me all the time. Even if you have that belief, you can face the negative times with that belief, and that will create better for yourself, but you will still experience negative situations in your life. Now, whether you view them as negative or not, that's up to you, because it goes back to kind of realizing that maybe when things don't work out for you, it's the universe protecting you from what you don't deserve so you can have what you do, right? So don't face your experiences with this black mindset of, this is happening to me. Face it from a mindset as much as you can, and it is not easy to do, but face it from a mindset of, this is happening for me. I kind of have this realization in a meditation last week that is really relating to this reading, that no matter what you have, no matter what anyone in this world has, how they look, what they've attained, the amount of success they have, the status, whatever the case is, at the end of the day, when they are laying in bed, it is them and their mind. And happiness, you hear it on a spiritual journey all the time. Happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from your external experiences. It comes from, it comes from your mind. And the only way that you will truly experience sustainable happiness in this life is when, at the end of the day, and it's just you and your brain, when you can find that happiness within you. And that is about your mindset. That's about your perception of your reality. That is the only way to find happiness. You do not find it by trying to attract the most amount of money you can, or the best relationship in the world, or the best whatever the case might be, whatever it is that you're wanting externally. That is not what is going to create the happiness for you. It comes from within. Now, the blocks that you're experiencing that keeps you from thinking that way, from being able to think in a positive, grateful mind, that stuff needs to be faced. And that's not easy to be faced, because it's a lot of feeling. That's what I was kind of getting at about your recent past. Current energy here for Virgo. Clarifying, release your blocks with the Page of Cups. The Magician reverse. You are doubting. You are doubting your manifestations hardcore right now. And this is a burden that you've been carrying around. let that burden go. Again, it's not that easy. I understand that, but you don't have to. Your reality is a product of your beliefs. If you believe that your manifestations aren't going to come true and you're never going to live the life that you want, then that is literally what you will experience. If you can believe that good things are capable for you and that the universe always has your back and is always trying to lead you to that alignment of what you deserve, then you will see those circumstances. This is about your mindset. Do the work. Go within, do the healing that's needed, face the hard truths that you have to, allow yourself to feel the sadness, feel the frustration, feel the anger, feel it all, feel it deeply. It's like a wave, right? Let the emotion wash over you. Let yourself sit with it, experience it without trying to over intellectualize it, and eventually it will pass. I saw this thing the other day that really hit. It's like, instead of trying to calm the storm, calm yourself, because the storm will pass. Every storm passes. Darkness comes and goes. Light comes and goes. You can look for the light when you're in the darkness, but you will always experience darkness. And there's that level of needing to understand that it is about how you act within the darkness, within those negative situations, that creates whether you repeat cycles or you start new ones. Oof. Immediate future here for Virgo. Immediate future for Virgo, clarifying, know you are loved, with the Four of Pentacles. I see some stability in your immediate future. Immediate future for Virgo. I feel like that's all you guys really want too, is just some stability. You're like, please, a little bit of the mundane. Because you've experienced a lot of loss, and I feel for you. Interesting. Okay. The Devil, the Lovers, the Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Empress. So I like this energy because what your immediate future is about, whenever we doubt our manifestations, it's because on some level, some of that 95% of us, we doubt our ability, our worth, how deserving we are, whether we're capable, because we are the universe in motion, right? So if we're doubting the universe, there's a level of us that's doubting ourselves, and your immediate future is facing that. Because right now, you have a certain attachment to the outcome of whatever it is, this Rose Phoenix card, this like rebirth or new beginning or whatever the case is. You have an attachment to it. And the reason for that is because you feel you need it. And you feel you need it because there's a level of you that doesn't believe you have everything you want and need in this present moment. You cannot live for the future. You cannot live for the potential of what could be, because if you're always living for the potential of what could be, you are always living for the future. You will never find happiness in this present moment. That goes back to what I was saying, right? About at the end of the day, it's just you and your mind. If you can't find happiness in that present moment, you will not find it sustainably in your circumstances. And this immediate future is about really facing that. That's the foundation. That's the stability you're looking for. Your stability isn't going to come from outside of you. It's going to come from that mindset right there. It's good though. It's good. It's good energy, because what it's saying is you are facing some of the biggest internal blocks that keep you trapped on this journey. And there's that Knight of Cups reverse. So your immediate future, I feel like, is a little bit triggering. But face those, when you feel reactive to your environment, understand that that's something that needs to be healed. Okay, so face those triggers with faith, and you will be just fine. Do the work, and you'll see you are the Rose Phoenix. You are the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Immediate future for Virgo. There's the Nine of Cups in reverse that I literally just said. So yeah, your immediate future, there's a little bit of triggers. But look at this with the Artist card. This is about co-creating your life. You can literally see him co-creating it in the heavens. Your response to your triggers, I feel like, is going to start to get a little bit easier. Because it's going to start to, the more that you can reframe your mindset, the more your triggers literally can't impact you, because you can face them with this level of like, oh, well, everything's going to be okay because I believe it. and my beliefs are my, how I manifest my reality. It's such an easy concept, right? It's so easy. It's like if you could just believe that everything is always working out for you, then everything would always work out for you. But there's so much that keeps us from being able to believe that based on, past experiences, how we feel about ourselves, our belief in the universe, all of it, right? Blocks. That's what you're currently dealing with, is blocks. Immediate future for Virgo. I have noticed too in my own journey and in the journey of others too, that right before something really good happens, I deal with a lot of triggers. So that's something to hold on to too, is that when you're dealing with triggers and you're dealing with frustrating experiences, that it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can look at it as like, I just have to get through this, and then, the best is yet to come kind of thing. It's kind of how I feel like this reading needs to be titled. Like, the best is yet to come. Like, what you've lost, you haven't lost. Like, you've lost nothing. It feels like you have. And I'm not trying to downplay that or, discard the way you feel. I'm just trying to say the best is yet to come for you. And when you're able to believe that, that's when you'll start to see it. So your immediate future is a lot of dealing with emotion, but I feel like you handle it like a champ. And I feel like, I don't know if it's because of this reading or because of the way that you're approaching your current blocks or whatever the case is. You have this Five of Wands, definitely is in reverse. This is the release of conflicting energy. Because here's the thing: if 95 or 5% of you is saying, I deserve good things and the best is yet to come, but 95% of you is saying, nah, I'm not so sure about that. That 95% is going to take over, and it will end up manifesting for you. Now, that's where you kind of get into how you build a habit. You build a habit by retraining your brain over and over and over and over to think a different way. So you might think, oh, my reality is a product of my response to it. That's the first step. The first step is the knowledge. The second step is turning that knowledge into wisdom by acting on that knowledge. When you are experiencing triggers, how you react to them, that's what creates better for yourself. So I do see that, like, this has a lot to do with your stability. I feel like stability really is coming for you in a pretty cool way, but you're going to have to do the work. You don't have to do the work, Virgo. There's no way around it. But you don't want there to be. That's the beauty of life, doing the work, and it's kind of like a puzzle. It's like how put everything together for yourself. I don't know if that made sense. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive deeper into these messages, get some clarification, pull some advice from Spirit at the end. Thank you guys so much for the support of my channel. It means the absolute world to me. This is my livelihood. So your support does mean more to me than you even know. I hope this reading helped and resonated with somebody out there, and I hope to see you back in future weeks. All right, bye, Virgo.